I'm on my way to work. I'm hearing this garbage. This young 25-year-old works for a government contractor for the NSA, who of course helps them spy when necessary, happened to pull some information that proves Trump was being helped by the Russians. The Russians interfered. She was an avid Bernie Sanders supporter. She can't stand Trump. She was vocal about how she didn't like Trump. She didn't like a lot of his policies. You know, pretty much yelled at people on her Facebook page, like, hey, how could you vote for this effing guy, or, you know, that kind of thing. Knowing that someone has a Facebook and a Twitter account, and you're an NSA contractor, they said, well, she was in the Navy, she had a top secret clearance or some kind of secret clearance there, which made it easier for her to get this contractor job, and she got it very recently, and, you know, printed out this alleged proof that there was, you know, Russian meddling, and she got caught, but there were 6 people total. She was 1 out of 6, but the other ones didn't print it, but she did, and she leaked it to, I think, the Intercept, and the Intercept then told the government, we think we have something that we probably shouldn't have gotten. You know, in other words, we're going to do the right thing and leak this back to you. And we got a copy of it. We'll send you to make sure for you to verify if it's real or not, and whatever. Her name is Reality Winner. These government shills, elitists, whatever you want to call them. You know, Anderson Cooper, CNN, you know, anything fake comes from him, sends her a photograph of himself in a portrait, signed, you know, thank you for your service, signed Anderson Cooper, which automatically tells you, like I've said before, if you want to know if something's a hoax or not, is Anderson Cooper there? Is he running a news show on it? Is he pretending to be there like in Sandy Hook? Do you have anything to do with the story? It's fake. That's it. That's all they're used for, is to push fake news. Did anyone see, speaking of fake news CNN, did anybody see, after this London attack, CNN, as a matter of fact, down there, coaching these protesters, and someone's back there with a video camera rolling, I guess it was a phone maybe in their pocket or something, filming this, who was on scene, obviously doing this on purpose to show this is fraud, and I want to show everybody. Or else, why would you kind of have your camera stealthily in your pocket, just sitting there recording just for fun, right? You'd have it out in your hand, moving it around all over the place for everybody to see if that was the case. You know, if you didn't mind anyone seeing. Clearly they were trying to be stealthy about it. But it shows them grabbing the muzzle. All right, you're going to hold that sign. You're going to go over here. You stand over there. All right. No one else is around. There's nobody, no other people are allowed over there. They're all Muslims. But they're protesting and everything. And you watch them setting them up. You stand here, you do this. Speaking of what was her name? Reality Winner. Speaking of reality TV, which is presented to us, reality. It's real TV. It's a reality show. No, they're all fake and scripted. And you're gonna do this, and then she's gonna come in and do that, and you're gonna fall off that thing and do that. It's all scripted, but they call it reality TV. Just like news. You expect news to be the reporting of an event that has happened. Not the reporting of a fake event that's happened, that you actually made happen and are part of. And your jobs are to film it, and you're on site, and okay, you can move these people over there, you ladies stand up front. It was the fakest thing I've ever seen. Unbelievable. And by the way, like I said in my video earlier, how about the other one? You know, the attack, the police killed 3 of the terrorists. One of them's got this little reddish colored beard. He's wearing the camo pants and this little belt around him that looked like maybe it had bombs or something on there. And then I told you what to look for on YouTube to find the link. I told you the title of it in my other video from today. I forget what it is now. Something about the PSYOP. BP Earthwatch is the channel, I think, that has it. It shows the cops changing clothes live. While this is all going down, they're changing clothes. And they're putting on the camo. And the one guy with the beard, you see him doing it. And then the next thing, you see a photo op with him on the ground, dressed up as a supposed terrorist, dead. But just moments before that, he was a cop fully clothed. It's all fake. CNN, fake news. NBC, fake news. It's all fake. And you think this girl named Reality Winner, who right before the election, she's tweeting about the, after the elections, I look forward to the Russians, I can't remember, I have it in front of me, but the new Russian U.S. government, where we're all going to be, I forgot what she said, like doing power lifts, like weightlifting or something. She said that right before the election, I believe. That's right when the whole Russian narrative was just starting to come out, right? Now all of a sudden, with her extremely vocal political views, knowing President Trump is now the president, now, if I'm talking now that she got hired, which she only got hired very recently to this NSA contractor, like Edward Snowden, right? And Edward Snowden leaked stuff. So she leaked stuff, but again, how the hell did she even get the job in the first place? You don't think the NSA, when a contractor says, hey, we've got a new employee, you don't think there is an unbelievable, massive background check that would say, oh, she has a Twitter account, she has a YouTube account, she has this account, she has that account. We're going to now go look at what she's talking and writing about. If you are found to not support any president, regardless of whether you believe in him or not, if it shows you don't support the president, you're not even kind of going to get that job. The rule of thumb, when it comes to anything like that, getting a classified job, needing classified, you need security clearance to get a job. If you talk anything political, one view or the other, you're not getting the job. Unless it's all pro-politics and this person's great and that person's great. Maybe then. But see, if there's an agenda to go against Trump, right? They say, well, the so-and-so district or attorney, whatever, something Steen. Jewish last name? Something Steen? Oh, she's gonna be the one in charge of prosecution. Oh yeah, something Steen. How much do you want to bet? How much do you want to bet this girl somehow, like Hillary Clinton, skates the charges? There wasn't real intent. She knew what she was doing. She knew she printed them, but she didn't, whatever. This girl is not going anywhere. She's not going to be in any kind of trouble. It'll be a farce. It'll probably be forgotten. You may not even hear about a trial. It may just go away in the backroom news and gone, and everyone forgot about it because some new event has happened, and we're all focused on that. We forgot about it. But I can tell you one thing: Reality Winner. If this isn't the biggest scripted CIA fake job, quite possibly ever, I don't know what is. And by chance it led back to the Russian hacking election narrative. And she leaked the information, and she was a staunch Bernie Sanders supporter. She should be up in arms, right? She should have been up in arms and absolutely vocal as vocal could be on all of her social media channels about the DNC finally coming out. Basically, Seth Rich, could tell Bernie got his stuff stolen, his votes, everything. They were rigging everything in Hillary's favor, which is why Seth leaked the information. He doesn't get a poster or a signature from Anderson Cooper. Thanks for your service, Seth. No, he gets a bullet in the back, is still alive, brought to the hospital, dies sometime way later at the hospital. There's body camera footage from the police department. What does it show? What did he say? Nothing's been released. You would have thought it would have been released immediately. Nope. We didn't even know there was body camera footage from the police officer until just recently. And now anyone that blows that story wide open is being fired. Fox News fired. Sean Hannity, I'm dropping the case. What? What's happening here? If there's nothing to see, they wouldn't be in sheer panic mode with all these threats of firing and everything else if there was nothing to the story. They don't want this broke. And what is it? Debbie Wasserman Schultz's brother is the district attorney in Washington, D.C. You gotta be kidding me. See, years and years and years ago, I would always say this, but I would just throw it out there like it was just some stupid little saying. Like there was no real merit, just, you know, yeah. And that was the government, DNC, or we'll just say Democrats and the Republicans, and this is the Gambino crime family, and this is the old John Gotti family, and this one's got his brother working over here, his sister working over there, Papa is the, you know, the top district attorney, and Grandpapa, you know, Uncle Vinny, he's the Supreme Court justice, you know. And I would throw stuff out there like that, and I'm sure people are like, yeah. But it's true. It's really true. What are the chances Debbie Wasserman Schultz's brother is the district attorney in New York who happens to be squashing the Seth Rich story and the investigation and everything? What are the chances of this? So what happens? Fake news has to come out to take your mind and your eyeballs off that story and go over here. Which is why we've had now 2 terror attacks over in UK, London, whatever, in a short amount of time to take your eyeballs and ears off of that Seth Rich story. Now we've got a new breaking news. This girl, she proves that there was collaboration between the Russians, and they've show us the evidence. You're saying it's there, and you're saying she printed this. Where is it? Show it to us. Show the evidence. The evidence still isn't even being showed or shown. Winner. Reality winner. This sweet young Navy, you know, veteran who started to go to college and decided she didn't like college and was in Texas, and all of a sudden just out of nowhere moves to Maryland, and next thing you know, out of Maryland she has a job in Georgia, and moving all over the place, this girl. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. This is a fraud, I'm telling you now. Even if they show us later, she's going to do jail time. I want someone to go down there, if you happen to be wherever she goes to jail, go down there and say, I'm here to visit so-and-so. Reality winner. See if she's actually there. I mean, if they can fake all this other stuff, they can certainly fake putting someone in one of these, you know, prisons. You know, I've always wondered, like the underwear bomber, Christmas Day underwear bomber of, I think, 2009, you know, was coming in from, I don't even remember what country it was now, and people are watching him, like, trying to light something on his underwear or something. They tackled him, and a lawyer was there. His name was Kurt, what was his name? Kurt Hasselfield, something, Sonnenfeld. He's a lawyer in the United States. He happened to be on the flight, saw it. The kid never should have got on the plane. Had no passport, had no ID. They wouldn't let him on the plane. He sees a American-speaking English type of guy in this other country come out of the security office and talk to this young man. Time to board the plane, everybody. So everybody gets on. Next thing he knows, he says, I see the kid getting on board. He said, I didn't think nothing of it. I figured they finally got the ID that they were requesting, because the lady kept telling him if he didn't have his passport and stuff, she couldn't let him on the plane. And he kept fighting with her and arguing, and she said, no, it's that simple. So then this security guy comes out, and somehow he gets on the plane. Maybe he showed his documents. I don't know. You know, he didn't think nothing of it. And he says there's another guy up a few seats in front of him who is constantly filming the entire time, and most of the time has his camera focused on this alleged underwear bomber guy. And he said again, it didn't stand out to me because you get a lot of people on a plane who have never been on a plane, and they want to film it, look out the window. It's, you know, normal. But this guy was spending a lot of time filming the underwear bomber. So they land the plane. There's no urgency at all. Let's get the people off. Everyone has to stay still. What did you see? What happened? While the underwear bomber and everybody's still there. Like, how do they know there's not a device on board? Right? This is against protocol. And this guy's seeing this like, why are you keeping us? We should be evacuating the damn plane. Talk to him later. Get us all off the plane. And if you want to detain us over there away from the damn plane. Well, he's like, this. None of this makes sense. Like, what are they doing? Can't figure it out. So he goes to all the media to tell him. He's like, what? He starts hearing the media stories of what happened. He's like, no, that's not what happened at all. That's wrong. That didn't happen. No, that didn't happen. No. He wasn't even allowed on the plane. He never had his information. Why aren't they covering this? So he's starting to see this looks kind of like a cover-up or almost like they knew. So he goes to all the mainstream media. He's telling the story, by the way. I'm listening to his interview. This is years ago. He's telling the story and finally realizes the government's telling me to basically shut up, leave it alone. He's getting angry. You know, hey, I was on that plane. But he can tell the government knows nothing was going to happen. It was as if they set this guy up to go on there, pretend to be a bomber. He's going to make it back. Not going to be any problems. Whatever. So he's offering the kid, I'm a lawyer. Let me represent you. I saw what happened. It's not your fault. They set you up. Let me represent you. No, that's all right. No lawyer. No thanks. I don't need a lawyer. I'll defend myself. It doesn't make sense at all, but they showed him, you know, he was convicted. And again, I'd like to know where he's at, and someone, if you happen to be over where the underwear bomber was taken to jail or prison, show up one day. Find whatever hell his name is. I forget his name now. I'd like to visit this guy today. You know, there are a lot of visitors, aren't they? I'd like to visit him and see if he actually comes out of the jail, out of prison. Or is it fake? Is it all fake? They pretend to put these people in jail. Because again, the same lady, the same lawyer that represented him is like this high-profile lawyer. You remember the stadium bomber guy? What the hell was his name? Years ago. Stadium bomber guy. I can't even think of it. She represented him. And she represented another. I'm like, she only represents these highly suspicious bombing nothing cases. She represents the bad guy each and every time. Nobody else, it's her. She gets the first pick. And these people are not related, completely different things, but they somehow end up with her. Interesting. Judy somebody, I think's her name. The lawyer. So some of the evidence comes out. Another one. I think not her. I'm mixing this one up. She represented the Sarnoff brothers, Boston Marathon. And I know for a fact some people that sent her video evidence that these guys didn't do this. Some of the bystander footage that, you know, unapproved cameramen. She wouldn't call them back. She had no communication, and she's supposed to be representing them. If I come to a lawyer and say, I have video proof, your client is not guilty. Without saying anything else about what it shows or anything else, wouldn't you pick up the phone as fast as possible? Hey, yes, how can I get this footage from you? I need to see this. Oh, well, I'll ship it to you on a thumb drive. Nobody had their calls returned. Nobody did. So that was the other one though, the marathon. So where are these people at? Where are they storing, so to speak, these people? Where's the Sarnoff brother, the one who survived and all that? Where are they at now? Where's the underwear bomber at? Like, you know what I mean? Like, people need to find what prison they're in and go over there and say, I'm here to see so-and-so. Visitor. I will almost bet you they don't want to see you. They've declined. So you're not going to be able to see if they're there or not. I really believe we are being set up on so many levels, it will blow your mind if we actually got to see what was really real and what was not. Again, if you're really not sure, the video I talked about yesterday, or excuse me, this morning, and I gave you the title, PSYOP, such and such. Again, the guy's channel is BP Earthwatch, all one word, on YouTube. It's probably there, so you just go to the channel, you'll see it. PSYOP, something about the London attack. It shows the police officer, not pictures, not frames, complete, pretty high resolution video, unclothing, if you will, undressing, and putting on the terrorist uniform. The same ones we saw with them on the ground, and the guy himself is one of the ones on the ground that the media has said this is one of 3 of the terrorists after the police shot him and killed him. It's the police officer himself dressed up. Where have we seen this before? Again, there is a blueprint, folks, how they run these things. Go back to Sandy Hook. If you want to watch perfectly, there's a documentary called We Need to Talk About Sandy Hook, and it shows the FBI sniper who was looking for the bad guy, who's in all these photos, all these videos walking by. He's got an AR-15 here, or maybe an M16 because the FBI, and then a sniper rifle here, walking with 2 other guys. It's the 3-0. News cameras talking to somebody, they walk by. The cameras talk to somebody, they walk by again, and you see him. And every time he walks by the camera, he does this. Looks away. Up, camera's coming. Look away. Wait a minute. That's so-and-so Wheeler. Mr. Wheeler, you lost a kid at Sandy Hook. You're a parent. You're on this TV show. You're on this talk show talking about your kid. There you are on scene looking in normal dressed clothing, as a concerned parent. You did an interview about your lost child or whatever, you and your wife, who, by the way, are both real-life actors. We know their names, we looked them up. Oh, they're actors. Big-time Democrats, by the way. And then in the other scene, he's walking by with FBI clothing, camo type stuff, his weapon. It's the same guy. He's got the little dimple stuff that are so easy to spot. You wouldn't even question it if you saw it anyways. Again, we need to talk about Sandy Hook. It shows you this. So we have an actor acting. He's acting as a father who lost a child in the shooting, and then he's acting as a sniper, FBI sniper, to go and get this bad guy. Which is interesting. Why is he dressed like that, walking around constantly, when they already killed the kid because the state police went in? Remember, they went through the window and they exchanged gunfire? It's already down. So why are you walking around way afterwards, all geared up in your weapons, constantly in front of the cameras, back and forth? What are you doing? Again, perception is reality, right? So they did it then. So now we get to see, except this time, we don't just get to see a before and after photo, or even the video of him not actually changing clothes. You know, like in Sandy Hook, he didn't change clothes. We just saw him dressed up as a sniper one time, and then we see him dressed up as a regular person who lost his kid. In the new footage from London, the London attacks, the damn guy is a cop, and they're filming him from over here looking, and he's taking off his clothes rapidly, and there's some other ones doing the same thing, and they're putting on the camo and the vest and everything. Oh my God, now he's a terrorist. He's a cop, now he's a terrorist, and they filmed the entire transition. Unapproved cameraman caught it. Now what? Miss May, or Mrs. May. Miss May. Has anyone brought that video evidence to Miss May, who wants to shut down the internet and have more control of the internet to stop the extremism? Miss May, all the extremism you're talking about is fake. It's false. So either A, you're aware of it and you're pushing an agenda, or B, you're not aware of it and you're not going to wait. You can't wait to see the video I'm about to show you. Has anyone sent it to him? Can anyone tell me? Yeah, they sent it. She got no reply. Because that's what I would expect. No reply, we're not interested. But I've got video evidence. No reply, not interested. Where do we see that? The Boston Marathon and other ones too. Nope, not interested. Video proof. Video evidence is the best evidence you could provide. Because everybody gets to see live, essentially what was live on a camera. This is going to tell the story, folks. I don't have to try to come here and convince you that this person stabbed that person. The guy had a security camera. Watch what happens. He says he's defending himself by stabbing him. But what this video is about to show you is that the man's standing still and the guy with the knife comes up from him behind and stabs him. Please press play. And they watch it. You know, this is just a little fictitious thing. They press play. Sure enough, you're not into self-defense. The guy didn't even see you coming. You came from behind him and stabbed him to death. Oh, guilty. Right? All jurors, guilty. Done. Why? Because of video evidence. You don't have to listen to someone's story. Is he lying to me? He sounds truthful, but he should be crying and upset, but he's not. No. Video camera. Here you go. Have fun. We got to see video camera watching a police officer, videotaping a police officer And again, is he a real police officer? He might have been one of these crisis actors pretending, oh, I want to be a police officer. Can I be the cop this time? Can I be the cop? Oh, can I be the cop and the terrorist? Well, okay. You do kind of look like you could fly. You got that little beard thing. You be the cop and the terrorist. Yes, I got the part. I got the part. And then the donations come out. We're setting up donations for the families. There's no families. Nobody's hurt. It's all fake. So they're now defrauding the public. They're committing acts of terrorism against us, even though it's fake. You're still terrorizing people. Terrorizing them to death. Oh my God, is that a big bus? Is that a big truck coming behind me? Hold on, honey. Hold on, honey. Make sure it doesn't turn into us and kill us. Okay. Right? I mean, you're terrorized walking down the street. So these people are terrorists. Like I've always said, whenever you would see only stories, what did LJ stand for? Well, yeah, but who's the real terrorist? You remember when I do my videos about that stuff? Who's the real terrorist, though, here? Right? I'd always say it like that, and that's what I was talking about. The terrorists are these people, these actors. And the FBI gets involved, at least on our side of the pond, and the local police sometimes get involved, like Orlando Pulse. Which, by the way, have you all seen the new video release of the Orlando Police Department inside there, clearing the building? There's nothing to be seen. There's no 49 dead bodies anywhere. There's no 49 dead bodies anywhere. Where are they? The police were coming in to clear the scene, which means they're going in there to get the bad guy or whatever, right? They got to clear the whole building. That means the 49 dead have not been evacuated. They got to clear the building first. That's procedure. And they didn't run outside because they're dead. They're 49 dead. And remember the official story. 3 hours later, the SWAT team finally went in. While people were bleeding to death, they finally went in 3 hours later and then did their thing. So that's the video we obviously must have seen. 3 hours later of them coming inside. That's the official story. Which means for 3 hours, if there were people in there, they died, which is what they said happened. They died. Where's the 49 bodies? You get this absolutely horrible, pixelated, blurry video footage. This is 2017. This camera that I don't have hooked up anymore to this car because it's my newer car. Used to be in the old patrol car, the old ex-police car. This thing is years and years and years old. Is there a date on this by chance? It's a GT550WS. It's a good camera, by the way. It's got a 1080p. It really is. It's a great camera. It's years old. And anytime I take this camera, and if I were to show you, video or whatever on it, it's crystal clear. It's great. But the Orlando Police Department, who paid a pretty penny for those body cameras, are like, 640 by 480, dark, I can't really see what's... And we don't get to see the full footage. It's just a few clips. It does not show anybody, 49 people lying dead on the ground. There's a couple little small scenes. It's nonsense. And it took them 10 months now to release that. But the shooter's father, Omar Mateen, his father, was allowed at the DNC for Hillary Clinton in Orlando when they came. Got to sit in the stadium seats that they bring with her wherever she went. I showed you photos of the one when she was up here in St. Petersburg, Florida. The same layout, same special access seating only, where the biggest supporters are going to be sitting. But you can't just walk in there and say, I want to sit there. You have to be a certain specific people to go there and be allowed, approved to go there in that seating. Everywhere else is roped off, as you can see in all the photos from back then. I was showing you a bunch myself. This is where the regular people sit, and there was like just a few people. Again, nobody showing up for Hillary. And then the great one, and they'd zoom in on her face when she's talking, and all you would see is this, like 20 by 20 stadium seating thing, bench seating, where it looked like, oh, that probably goes all the way for miles. No, it only goes for like 20 feet. That's it. Camera trick again, perception. But we had Omar Mateen's father, who very recently his son shot and killed up those people, terrorist act, and the father's still alive. The campaign, the Hillary people, we didn't even know he was coming. He's allowed, he's an American citizen, he's allowed to come. You don't think that the intelligence agencies called the Secret Service and the security services that were all around Hillary, guess who's coming your way? The son's father who shot up all those people in Orlando nightclub, Mr. Mateen, Papa Mateen, is coming down there. You don't think that would have happened? Come on, we're not stupid idiots. They said we had no idea he was coming. Not only did we not know he was coming, he somehow snuck in. Well, they didn't say he snuck in, but I'm telling you, he must have snuck in to the stadium seating special spot because nobody can go sit there. Key people are only allowed to sit there. So the shooter's father gets to sit there, and he's got this shit-eating grin like this. Like right in your faces, you morons. And just 2 weeks before that, his son who killed all those people, 49, one of the victims' mother, the lady from Orlando, who's doing an interview as if she was right in front of the street, almost right down the street from the event when it happened. She's being interviewed by someone from CNBC, and why are her glasses, why are her glasses reflecting a teleprompter? Why are her glasses reflecting a indoor lighting? Why do I see an exit sign reflecting off her glasses? She's standing in the middle of the street of Orlando. Oh, green screen. That's right. You can see the trees and the shadows coming from east to west, but there's no shadow on her face. There's no shadow on the guy giving the interview. Interesting. Oh, they're in a green screen room. So she's, again, another fake, another phony, another actor. And she, 2 weeks before that the whole thing with him coming and watching, Omar Mateen's father coming and giving VIP access to Hillary's thing, she is a speaker at Hillary's rally in, I forget, maybe Nevada or something. It was like 2 weeks before. And she's on stage. So you have a victim's mother on stage calling for gun control. You have the guy whose son did it being given some special VIP access as well to Hillary. And she didn't know he was coming, but when he showed up, somehow he got to the stadium VIP section. Everything is a story and everything is a lie. And again, if you didn't believe anything that I've told you, the smoking gun of all was the most recent one from BP Earthwatch, with the officer undressing live on video, dressing up into the terrorist uniform, and then the pictures and the video come later that we all saw in the news, the 3 terrorists nailed dead. And he's one of them. In the clothing you see him getting dressed into and out of the police clothing. Smoking gun beyond all smoking guns thus far. All the other evidence, there's been great evidence of different things that have happened. The Oregon shooting at the school, and the hero, he was a former soldier. He ran back in when everyone was coming out, and he pulled the fire alarms. He was a hero. No, who's this girl? You saw that? Yeah, I saw him do that. What? He pulled the fire alarms? Yeah, so all the people could evacuate. And then they're interviewing someone else. No, there's no fire alarms. Fire alarms never went off. No fire alarms. Huh. Oh, and he tackled the guy. He got shot several times. Both of his hands. He was shot in both of his hands. And then they show him on the stretcher on the way to the hospital with looking over, both hands in view. No shots, no bullet holes. One little patch on his stomach with a little, I don't even think it had a blood stain. I think it was just one little patch. I don't remember, but I know it was one patch. And even if, you could easily put fake blood in there and put the thing over your stomach. You wouldn't know one way or the other. But that was the only one. And then his girlfriend in front of there in the hospital bed giving the satanic, hand signs for a little photo op. It's all fake. It's all staged. But again, if they came to you and said, you're about to get paid, $500,000 for your participation in this, just whatever. Guys, we're going to bring in so many millions of dollars in donations. There's only a select few of us who are really going to be part of this. And with some camera trickery, it'll look like there's a lot of people and that sort of thing, but it's really just us. We're going to split this money up. We're going to divvy it up. It could be $10 million. It could be $5 million. We don't know. But we know every time we get donations, and people get filthy rich off of it. So minimum you're going to get is $500,000. Are you, as a millennial, broke-ass millennial, no job, no nothing, no future prospect, I've got $80,000 in student loans, about to get a $500,000 payday, and I'm just making that number up, it's probably higher than that. You're going to say, no, I want to be a patriot, and that doesn't sound patriotic to me, man. I don't want to fool people. No, you are going to take the money, and you're going to trick people, and then sit back and say, oh my God, I can't believe we did that. We are so freaking awesome. But you can't do it again, because if we put you in another one, people will notice that you're in two different ones, which is what they used to do in the beginning when this stuff first started happening, like after Sandy Hook and stuff. You'd see an event, oh, that person was at the other event. Another shooting, hold on, that girl, she's there. She's in 3 different events. With the phones, you know, photo op. It's the same girl. It's the same girl. How the hell did she get at all 3 of these events? This is crazy. How did the 3 Sandy Hook police officers, state police, who did the, you know, we busted, the hole was in there, we went through there. How did they end up at the Boston Marathon bombing wearing private military contractor gear? Boston and Sandy Hook, Connecticut, right? Or Newtown, Connecticut. There's 2 different places, states. Boston, Massachusetts, Connecticut. How are state police officers showing up at a marathon in military gear, all wearing the same military type gear, with radios in their hand in the photo op, which it wasn't really a photo op, they weren't expecting that, running with black backpacks on, radio in their hand, talking to somebody? Or were they actors too? And they actually really are military contractors providing a service. You're not going to have 3. If it was one person, you know, the photos kind of looks like him. But to have the same 3 guys who claim to be the first in the building at Sandy Hook in the school, also showing up at the Boston Marathon, all 3 side by side again, with walkie-talkies, you know, running, something just happened, you know. It's fake. It's all fake. The guy, what about the guy who lost both his legs? He was already an amputee. He's a Gulf War veteran. You know he got paid, which is why he's being rushed down the street in a, what do you call it, a wheelchair. And there's no drops or trails of blood from his, you know, both his knees and below being blown off. There's no, the beautiful photo op though, beautiful high resolution photo someone took. No blood dripping from the his legs or anywhere on the ground. Completely staged again. He got a nice payday. Got a nice payday out of it. They all do. So would you, struggling, I live paycheck to paycheck, I'd like to pay my house off, or I'd like to get a house, I'm never going to do that, this life sucks. Hey, I've got an opportunity for you, just got to act. We're going to train you. We'll pay you while we're training you. And then when the big payday comes, that'll be after your services will no longer be needed. You're going to sign a super duper top secret contract, and that's it. That's how it's going to go. That's how it's been going. So this crap with this winner, reality winner, don't buy it at all. I'm not buying it, not even kind of. I think this is complete garbage. The fact that she's now come out, well, it was a leaked document showing, you know, the collusion in Russia. If you, as a effing military contractor to the NSA, can quickly go in there and grab that, you don't think that information's already been provided to the government? And that they would have already acted on it to say, look, Mr. President, you're null and void. We have the evidence here. Finally, we've been screaming about this for 10 months. Here's the evidence. No, little Miss 25-year-old Christian girl from Texas. Come on. It's a setup. It's fake. It's nonsense. It's just fake news. It's why you should just not even watch any of this crap. But again, how do you miss it? It's on the internet. It's everywhere. Just understand what you're looking at. I gotta run. Take care.